It's the end of our second year in Upper Wharfdale in the Yorkshire Dales. The landscape may be familiar as the original base for the TV series Emmerdale Farm, but life in the real Emmerdale is far, far more interesting.
Stand and deliver!
I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife.
Welcome to the real Emmerdale.
Ho, ho, come in.
During our year, we've been following champion shepherd Roy Nelson.
Ho, ho, come in.
At the farm, it's 6 a.m. and Roy's putting on a tie.
I don't like to see folks showing stuff looking scruffy. But some people can overdress.
Roy's hoping to make some money at the tap sale with 4 male sheep other farmers will use to breed good, strong lambs.
Main aim today is to come back with an empty trailer, get them all sold. You get a bit nervous, you wonder whether you're going to sell them, whether they'll make out. It's a show and sale today. We'll all take our tups out and show them first. Grand morning, eh? I'm better than yesterday. And then, hopefully, ones that win, they'll make a bit more. Oh, hell. This'll be difficult. Don't go into that corner. He's wet, then he's that. He does that, he just goes for you.
Despite the leap for freedom, his kangaroo lamb wins first prize.
Yeah, that's a good start for today. That'll do, that'll do.
And then Roy's lamb goes on to win the best in the whole show.
Champion lamb, 162.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a great honour to win it. A good day so far, as long as they sell. It should help them quite a lot. First thing, it gets people into the pen and they have a good look at it. If you haven't ticket on, they might just walk past pen. So there must be something good in here, there's some tickets on gate.
And with his other taps winning 3rd and 4th, Roy's pen is creating a lot of interest.
Aye to that. There's a hell of a length for it now. Good colour on them back legs and all. Now, has that a chest in him?
With an average lamb selling for £45, a good breeding tap can be very profitable.
Highest price there's ever been for Swaledale's 101,000. That tup would be sold and it'll probably got its money back with what they've sold in progeny off it.
This one caught my eye in particular because it's a big, strong sheep, really.
Probably 500 or 600 of these. Maybe 3 to 4 hot lambs, if I'm lucky.
Probably too good for me, actually. Probably made too much money.
We'll find out when we get it ring. Hey, they're off, they're off! Oh, bloody gate off!
Bringing them out, those tups, right? Right, champion lamb, right, is it?
Yep.
Right, congratulations anyway.
Thank you very much.
400, 400, 50, 600,
Good carcass.
Within seconds, his 6-month-old tup is under the hammer for £650.
Well, that went well. That was a shot.
Roy's second young tup makes 500. And then the first of his older male sheep goes for even more.
You can't find a better mouth than that.
Tremendous good day, 700, get away, 700. Right.
Rock on. We've had a right good day. I'm absolutely chuffed. Made a heck of a lot more than what I thought.
But it's this one Roy thinks will create the most interest.
If we haven't it right now, we never will. Off you go. Go on.
Now, Roy, all right.
Aye.
Now then.
Tremendous mouth.
Tremendous mouth at 200, Scotland on the corner at 200, 300, 400, 500, 500, £1,000, 1,600, selling away at 1,600.
£1,600.
I'm just over the moon. Aye, far more than I thought.
At a time when most sheep farming is done for a loss, to be rewarded for breeding some of the best sheep in the country makes Roy a very happy man.
No, couldn't be happier. Off on pot tonight.
Now, meet Andrew Jackson. He's been a doctor in this dale for 20 years, but it's only in the Dales where you'll find a doctor who likes to dress up and act like a drunk at the weekend.
This place looks all nice and genteel these days, but Take it back a couple of 100 years and this place was rough.
Dr. Jackson and friends have created Penny Plain, a travelling theatre based on a bunch of Victorian drunken and not very good actors. Their latest production is the story of a Grassington resident 250 years ago.
I play Tom Lee. He murders Dr. Richard Petty, the village doctor, so there's a curious twist there somewhere.
Today we are going to bring you mystery.
One of Penny Plain's purposes is to tell tales that might otherwise be lost and get them out into the street in a form that people want to sit down and listen.
Are we going to show you Shakespeare? We spit on Shakespeare.
The best way of keeping people riveted is to make them laugh.
We moved to Grassington and took over a pub called the Blue Anchor. Oh.
Tom Lee was an innkeeper in about 1760. He was a bit of a ruffian.
Whoa. Stand and deliver!
Nobody knows why Tom Lee wanted to murder the doctor, but we do know he hatched a plan to get Dr. Petty drunk on a pub crawl of the Dale before killing him.
We're about 6 miles up the Dale from Grassington at a village called Kettlewell. This is where Tom Lee and his associates were going to take him to get him a bit drunk.
All right, more rum, more rum.
That's a little village called Kilnsey. Tom Lee and Richard Petty just went for a little bit of refreshment and managed to down 4 quarts of ale each and a bottle of rum. That was before they went to Coniston over there, where they also managed to down 4 quarts of ale. Them were the days.
The 3 friends get into the back of Dr. Petty's trap and set off down the track towards Grasswoods.
It's quite easy to imagine that some of these little tracks here, the cart would have come careering down here at high speed.
Slow down!
Perhaps, who knows, over here is where the accomplices would have been lying in wait.
I'm gonna kill you!
Aha! He's going to kill me!
Ha ha!
Dun, dun, dun.
This is a river wharf, and just down there is where they threw his body in. To this day, it's still called Doctor's Bath with the grim Yorkshire humour. It was washed downstream and ended up in Burnsall about 2 or 3 miles further down. He was found, and then that's when searches started for his murderer.
I'm arresting you for the murder of Dr. Richard Petty.
Old poor Tom got taken off to York and was sentenced to death by hanging there. And then his body, supposedly on the night of a furious storm, was taken back to Grassington. Part of his sentence was that he was to be hung on a gibbet. That's a large body-shaped iron cage, and hung from one of the trees, which he duly did for about 4 or 5 years until he fell to bits. As a grim warning to everybody.
They tell me things are a little calmer in the village nowadays. The farmers who look after the land and the animals that graze on it create this special Dales landscape. The quality of lamb from these high fells is down to the care taken by people like Roy Nelson. But he knows he's not won all of his awards by his own efforts. He couldn't do his job without the help of his dogs.
Slice of bacon a piece for you. I treat them as people in the town probably treat the pet dogs. Well, I just can't understand farmers that has a little fancy dog at house that does nought, and then they take those sheepdogs that does artwork up outside.
Hey, you spot. Jess, come on.
Roy's sheepdogs have been recognised as some of the best in Britain, and a company specialising in porcelain animals wants to use his dogs as models.
It's a hell of a...
That's back down. That's back down to Winterman Reservoir. Over this Pendle Hill.
But it must got to be a long day's work.
It is long. It's long and fairly hard. But if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter. Jobs become work when you don't like doing them. Lie down.
Richard will be sculpting the dogs and has come to the Dales to take photographs to work from.
Lie down.
I've already decided on the poses, which would be the lying down stay position and the one where the dog's up and just sort of moving forward. Face very important. The sort of pricked up the ear look. That's the sort of pose, but more, perhaps slightly more
right
off on the move, just slightly as it's heading off.
I'll try and get some shapes so as the sit and work on sheep.
Yeah, Roy's dogs are an interesting project.
Come on, Jess, come on.
Mainly because they're not the standard collie that I would do, and I tend to do the generic dog rather than a specific dog. You're looking for little traits in them.
Lie down.
Slightly different coat, different way they hold their ears.
A lot of dogs will work for about half an hour, go like the clappers and then back up. Well, these will keep going most of the day. They are good dogs for keeping going, both of them. They've been very good that way.
Come back, come back. Come back. Come back, come on, come back.
We're with dogs all day long and every day. Folks give a lot of money for a tractor. Well, I very rarely get on tractor, but dogs are working every day. And when they aren't working, they're good company, they're with you all the time. Well, I just couldn't manage without them, just beat without them.
Hold up, hold up.
Will Roy approve of the end result? We'll find out in a moment.